First of all, I think that the chorus teaches the children how to sing in a very healthy and a proper way, a natural way. It teaches them the basics, the mechanics of music, the theory of music, and then it introduces them to a wide spectrum of styles and cultures. They get to do this in a group setting, so no one has to be standing out on their own, and therefore they need to learn how to work with each other. That's a very big, important part, and how to work for a common goal. Many of these young people started when they were second grade, third grade, and they continued singing up through high school. Some of them are even returning in their early years of college. And that builds a really solid base of a cultural art that will survive in Sacramento. It's so true, they are the present and they are the future of arts, that they're keeping that alive in the Sacramento area. People move to cities that offer things like the arts. We're going to be doing what they call the Pacific Rim Festival, and they're going to be learning 20 songs, and about 16 of those songs are from different areas in the Pacific Rim. They're going to be singing in Chinese, Japanese, Tagalog from the Philippines, Maori, Indonesian, Spanish, and French, and a little bit in English. We've gone to England and to Scandinavia, so we've also sung in Scandinavia. We try and do dancing even, if it's appropriate. So they're being introduced to all these different cultures. I think one of the wonderful things that the singers learn when they're singing in different languages is that they're beginning to understand what some of these words mean, and that they understand the stories behind the words. There are also, of course, every culture has its own rhythms, and those become very important too. Each country has its own cultural way of looking at life, and we learn the stories of those songs, the way that people dress, the way that people think. It's the same as when they're learning the songs in English. They're learning vocabulary in other languages or in English. Music is English. Music is math. It's sets of beats, it's accents, it's proportion in form with different sections of music put together. Music has rhythm to it, so there's different shorts and long beats. Music is history. You can't sing a piece by Bach without understanding where he came from and what the people were doing at the time. So it's a much more dynamic way of learning. If someone is reading scored music, they have to read the correct pitches and the correct rhythms. They have to read the words, and then they have to read it with expression and pay attention to how loud or how soft. And it all has to be done in a split second. So it's considered one of the higher level thinking skills. And music and the spirit, that's the other thing. It's the spirit that children and adults who sing, that they get. Music teaches us how to be human, how to be sensitive. It isn't just performing a piece of music, but it touches the soul. The feeling after doing a piece of work, like for instance, we just did an opera, and this opera was performed in a concentration camp during World War II by children. So these children were reenacting this opera and therefore honoring many of these children who were killed during World War II. And that combined with banding together to create this work of art in front of an audience, there is a great euphoria about it. You have to lean on one another. You have to bond. We have to get together and I say, okay, now, the curtain's up, the chips are down. You got to step up to the plate. And that part of it I love, because we all get scared about things, and maybe things look too hard, but there comes a time when you got to get in there and you got to do it. Because I always tell the kids, in the long run, you've worked and you've worked, because it's a huge discipline. Music is its own discipline, and it helps inspire a discipline in people. And now you've put all this work into it, and now you must go out there and you must have fun, and you must entertain, because that's why people come to see you.